evening. You are tuned to KGVM Bozeman. We are Gallatin Valley Community Radio. We're at 95.9 on your FM dial, kgvm.org online. It's time tonight for the Local Musician Spotlight. We want to thank our sponsors, Slam, supporting local artists and musicians, a cause that we can definitely get behind at KGVM, and Colombo's Pizza and Pasta, making delicious fresh dishes with great ingredients at the corner of 10th and College. We're in the Tune Factory tonight with Reach for Grabtahr. Yeah, that was a glorious noise.
Oh, thank you. I agree.
I was wondering
Glorious
if you
and
guys wanted
girthy.
to, exactly, much girth. I was wondering if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, KGVM listeners. My name is Carl Hansen.
Hello, I am Bjorn Burnett. I play the drums.
He sure does.
Yes. If people are just listening on the radio and not watching on the YouTube channel, and if you haven't been out to see Reach for Grabtahr live, first things first, I feel it's my civic duty to gently but emphatically encourage you to fix that and go out and see them live because it's a lot of fun. But you might be wondering why there were only two people, but there was a lot of sound coming out. And I mean, you know, obviously Bjorn is beating the tar out of those drums, but Carl's got a pretty wild setup with a bass guitar and a plethora of electronics to make some guitar sounds and some bass sounds.
Oh, man, do I ever. This is a solid maybe 3 or 4 years of serious mad scientist work to figure this out. Yeah. But it has finally come together into just something I absolutely love. It is a riff machine. It is made for riffing, and I love riffs, so it's okay.
How long have you guys been playing us Reach for Grabtahr?
Reach for Grabtahr has been around for, I want to say like maybe 4 to 5 years. I've played with a couple of different drummers, but Bjorn and I have been playing together for probably
3 or 4?
3 of that, yeah. So most of the time, it's been the two of us.
Yeah.
But I originally started out with another drummer named Justin Pelagi, who has been in this very studio before playing with us. But Bjorn has taken up the mantle in his stead and has done an admirable job.
I was, I think I'd seen you once or probably at least a couple times with Justin. And the first time I went and saw you with Bjorn, I had this like moment of confusion because I'd seen Bjorn drumming for Sweet Sage, I think. And
Man Stewart.
and then and then I got into the filler and started listening to you guys. I'm like, he looks really familiar, but I couldn't put the two pieces together. It's a little bit different, I imagine, drumming in this configuration from drumming for Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, it's the full spectrum of music, and I also played in like some jazz projects and everything, but when I can beat the living heck out of the drums like a big old gorilla and get sweaty, I'm in my happy place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're still playing drums with Amanda Stewart now?
Yeah.
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 And Carl, you've got some projects going on, Still Gone for sure.
Yep, Still Gone is my main one right now. I spend the most time on, apart from Reach from Grabtahr, but love it. Totally, same thing like Bjorn talking about playing with Amanda, totally different realm of music, which is cool and challenging.
Yeah.
But always fun to go do that and then come back to this.
Yeah.
Does
Does this feel like a, are they just kind of two different things, or is this some kind of like catharsis thing or some, you need to let your freak out?
Yeah, this is definitely like my baby project, my passion project, my do whatever I want project,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it reminds me a lot of just like being like, a 15-year-old playing the drums and just playing as loud as I could
Oh yeah.
and like pissing off the neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the same type of joy that I get with Reach for Grabtahr.
And you guys are also 2/3 of Slashback Manatees.
That is correct. That is correct. And that's how it was via Slashback Manatees is how I got introduced to Bjorn and started playing with Bjorn. Because similarly, I saw him playing, I believe it was at the Hoff. I can't remember what band it was with, but I remember it was kind of mellow. And he had a fill that he played in the middle of one of their songs. And I was like, this guy could rip. I could tell. He's like just trembling. It's in there, And so I went and asked him, get the weirdest question ever. Be like, hey, I have a band that I'm starting with a friend of mine who doesn't live here. He only comes into town for like a month every year. You in? And he was like, yeah, sounds great. Yes, we got him. Woo! But yeah, the three of us, Slashback Manatees, that's the other member is Elliot Noyce, who plays guitar, does lead guitar and vocal for that. We recently recorded an album over in Butte with our good friends Ben Morris and Katie Cordy of Desperate Electric.
Nice.
Over at their studio. And you can find it
Dojo.
on all your favorite streaming platforms. It's called Here Then Gone by Slashback Manatees. And
Cool.
if you like what you hear now, you will absolutely love that.
Yeah, I was looking back, and I think I saw you guys at the filler last February, maybe.
Yep.
And you
that
were
was it.
talking about the album kind of being in the works, and
Yep. It's out to listen to now. I don't think Elliot's going to be making a trip out this year, unfortunately, but we might still be able to sweet talk him into coming out for just a really quick trip, and get a couple shows in. But
Get a couple
fingers
gigs.
crossed. Fingers crossed.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder if you guys maybe want to play a couple more songs or
Yeah,
a few more
let's do
songs,
another
and then we'll chat some more.
Yeah. Since we're just talking about Slashback Manatees, should we play Time?
We shall.
This is a song that we recorded before the album on kind of a little 3-song EP with Slashback Manatees and with our friend Elliot Noyce that we just mentioned. And we discovered that we could kind of do it without him. So that's what he gets for living in a different state. Let's give him love.
I can't say their names. Story always comes out the same. Given the chance to try, tongue is always twisted and tied. Long hair love, short hair love. Day turns into night. Light and dark will always fight. You give them money and time. Time is still on your dime. Black hair love, blonde hair love. Watch it all crumble down. Doesn't matter if you wear the crown. Get off your high horse and join me as we watch it crumble to the ground. You already know my name. Rumors make it sound insane. I know you have your own. Together we are alone. Long hair love, short hair love. Burn right then burn out. Last gasp and shout. But you haven't seen the last of me. I'll prove my worth, you'll be there to see. Black hair love, blonde hair love. Watch it all crumble down. Doesn't matter if you wear the crown. Get off your high horse and join me as we
Nice.
Whew.
If you are just tuning in, you should have set an alarm for about 5 or 10 to 7 and, got a frosty beverage and some chips or carrot sticks or something and gotten ready for this. Luckily, you can catch it again on KGVM on Saturday evening at 6. We'll replay it, and it will be on YouTube, on the Loken Productions YouTube channel, anytime you want to go watch it. I'd like to say thank you to Pat Loken and Loken Productions for inviting us out here to the Tune Factory and doing all the work, all of the video, the live stream, all of the audio work, really everything, so I can just come out here and listen to music and shoot my mouth off.
Come out here and look good.
Well, I have yet to figure out how to do that, but I've got a face for radio, so.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, Pat. You're the man.
yeah,
Thanks
you
for
are the
letting me
man,
slap.
Pat. This thing, the drums sound amazing. Thanks for the awesome
Yeah.
sound.
And if Pat's not here at the Tune Factory, you might find him down at the filling station promoting shows and doing sound and everything down there too. And there are shows coming up this week and next week on Friday. You could go to the filler and see Banshee Tree, and they've got Hardwood Heart, a Montana band, opening for them. And on Saturday, the 11th, Hair Train Awesome will be doing their 80s, 80s prom?
Yeah, 80s heartbreak prom.
Yeah, 80s Heartbreak Prom. So, and then on the next Thursday, the Tom Cook Band will be down there with the Ornery Jacks and the Love Darts and friends. So, some good shows coming up down at the filler. And, I'll probably be down there, drag the recorder down there and see if I can catch some shows. So, but really great to have Reach for Grabtahr here in the studio. We had a couple of attempts at this, and I'm glad we got everything lined up. Sometimes it takes a couple moving parts to slide into place, and, with the disease-laden winter that it's been, sometimes it's a little tricky, but I'm glad everything lined up this time. And you guys, you were just down at the filler, I guess, last Thursday, right?
Yes, we were.
Nice.
Yes, we were.
So still sneaking in some shows here and there?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, when we can, Bjorn over here recently became a father to his first son, congratulations to the guy, obviously. But it does make scheduling shows at the filler on Thursdays a little tricky sometimes. So they're not quite as frequent as they normally were, but we're still sneaking them in, having a good time.
Yeah,
So
thank you, Darcy.
Yeah.
yeah, thanks, Darcy. We love you.
Yeah. I wonder if you want to play a
Yeah, we
couple
can do
more.
another one. What are you thinking? Should we do Carlbot?
Yeah.
Let's do that. This song is about me being a jerk to my friends. But they deserved it. Okay.
I was wondering if I might interject a couple of questions.
Yes.
The first is an easy one. Is that an autobiographical song, or is that one of those kind of fantastical songs about something that never could have actually happened?
Oh no, that stuff definitely happened. Yeah. No, that was when our mutual friend, who we actually came and streamed with here before, Jason Bloom, he and I were in the throes of songwriting together, and I was just poo-pooing on some of his ideas. So he came back and was like, "Hey man, I wrote lyrics to the song that you wrote." And I was like, "Oh cool, let's hear it." And I can't sing them, I can't do them justice, but when he does it, you can get the sentiment quite clearly of how he was feeling at the time. So yes, that song's about me being a jerk to my friends. So.
Less than positive.
Well, I think he was just being realistic, really. So I was being kind of a jerk. So that's how I roll sometimes.
I was also wondering, did you have that idea for the song and then write the song, or did you have like some parts of the song and decided that that's what fit in with the music?
That's a good question. A lot of times it'll start with just one part, like, and I'll just give it a letter. I'll just call it the A part, So for that one, I think it was like the do-do-da-da, do-do-da-da, do-do-da, do-do-da. I came up with that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then you kind of go through the Rolodex of riffs at least is how I do it. I go through the Rolodex of riffs I have in my brain, and like, oh, maybe this one here can fit, and you try it out. Like, oh, no, not quite. Let's put that one back. And so generally, it kind of ramshackles its way together. And then the way that I really solidify songs is by playing it with Bjorn or with any drummer I can get my hands on, but especially Bjorn, because lots of things come out of the woodwork when you do that, where you're like, right, that will not work at all. So let's rethink that really quick. And that's where, like it's fun playing it by myself, but it gets that Trout face feel.
Yeah.
You get the drums in there.
I'm
So.
bailing on the small crash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a period of time when we were writing this song where I wanted Crash during the chorus, and he was playing hi-hat, and so I was just screaming it while trying to play a Grabtahr song. It's just hi-hat, Crash, just screaming at the top of my lungs so you could hear me. But our songwriting process isn't fully refined yet. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's a kind of a natural process.
Yeah.
It just grows.
It's a little bit of an avalanche, It starts with one snowball and then turns into a whole giant mess of snow. But it.
Hence why you have songs that are 7+ minutes.
Right.
long.
Yes. Because parts can't be removed; they can only be added. So, but really, this band is all about having fun. That's why I have all these pedals. That's why I have multiple amps. That's why Bjorn is just banging the snot out of those drums. It's about just letting it all out and just doing whatever you feel is right in the moment, like have at it sort of thing. So that's why we keep coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do think, kids out there that might be listening, if anybody ever tells you that science isn't fun, here's a counterproof.
Oh, yeah. Lots of mad scientist work going on daily with this setup, trying to figure it out, how I can add more pedals to it, how I can tweak the amps more. We recently added that, or Bjorn bought that roll-in pad over there that now Reach for Grabtahr has sound effects. We have wolf howls, we got thunder claps, and all sorts of cool stuff in there now too. So
Nice.
Sample. For example.
Nice.
More music?
Yeah.
All right. I think we're on that. Yeah, should we do that?
So, Carl is a masterful acquirer of bases, I think.
Oh,
I don't know if you would say a hunter of bases or a gatherer of bases.
yeah, or
but,
an addict, maybe.
well, I wasn't going to go there, but since you did. But it seems like that one that you're playing is one that maybe I've seen you play at Reach for Grabtahr shows pretty often.
Yeah, I have admittedly fallen in love with this one. This is a Sarek Lincoln is the model, a small builder out of Chicago. And I had another model before this one that I also liked a lot, but then looked into having a custom one built kind of with all my specs that I like, and put in a down payment for on their way out on being built. It's like a year or something, and put down that down payment, and then a used one came up for sale that had all of the specs that I wanted. It was this one.
Nice.
Minus this being, I wanted this to be white, but life is hard. So
Sometimes you have to
it was for
compromise.
the exact price of my down payment. So I was just like, hey, buddy, how about that one? And I don't have to wait a year or pay any more money. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure, of course. So they sent me this one, and I named it Blizzard because on the way here, the truck it was on rolled in a blizzard.
Oh.
And I went to the shipping center to check on the status of it, and they were like, we don't know where it is. Like, the truck rolled. They brought a bunch of other cars and trucks in, took stuff away. It went to nearby facilities. We don't know where it is. It's just like, I did kind of shout out. I was like, I have an expensive instrument on that truck. And then I was like, I'm sorry, is everyone okay? Like, did anyone get hurt? And they're like, yeah, everyone's fine. Nobody got hurt. It's all good. I was like, oh, okay. I have a really expensive instrument on that. Please. But after a few days of it missing, it got updated and it showed up at my door. None the worse.
It
No damage
survived
done.
the rolling and
It
tipping.
did,
and-
yep. All this extra stuff that you see on here is all from me, which I was a little sad about at first, but it's everywhere now. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and lean into that because,
There are some people, and I can honestly say I do not understand this, but they'll pay money to have somebody else do that to one before they buy it new, and I don't get that. But
yeah.
doing it yourself, like earning it, it seems like that seems a lot better.
I mean, I did see a video of like some guys like dragging a Telecaster body behind like a scooter, and like it kind of looks like fun. I mean, would I ever do that to my instruments? Absolutely not. But I prefer the more authentic wear. But it did look like fun. So, do they do that with drums, like Relic the shells?
No.
Yeah. Why would you? Yeah, why would you?
Right,
I don't
right.
know. To each their own, I guess. Oh, another tune. Ready for one?
Yeah.
All right. I think we're on to S&P now. Unless you want to do like Dog in the Storm quick or something.
Yeah, it's Dog in the Storm. Let's do it.
Dog in the Storm? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
That was fun.
Black eyes from across the room, yeah. Love laced with inherent doom. My heart can't help but stare. Beats fed by a little air. It's beating on the walls, it's beating on the walls, it's beating on the walls. Trapped like a dog in a thunderstorm. Get low. Please won't you call me? I don't have the guts to tell you why. Get low. Trapped like a dog in a thunderstorm. Get low. Locked eyes in the bedroom. Anxiety is just a cloud of gloom. You wear your feelings on the inside, but you show them on the outside. Scratching at the door, scratching at the door, scratching at the door. Trapped like a dog in a thunderstorm. Get low.
to tell you I'm getting low. Trapped like a dog in a thunderstorm. Getting low.
Playing Dog in a Storm on Blizzard seems particularly apropos.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Old Hanky Panks, my golden retriever, doesn't like storms very much. Hence the song. You know? Writing about those real life events, you know, that hit close to home. Yeah. All right. More music?
Yeah, let it rip.
All right. This one's pretty hard. It's not that hard. I got this.
Wait your turn, find your roll. Pick the beat on the road. Scavenger, only praise on the weak. Pathetic and meek. Scavenger doesn't care, rip apart. Attack of the heart. Scavenger, the type and disguise. The knife in your back for a prize. Behind you, Predator, oh no, whispers into your ear. A little closer, Predator, oh no, less than 1 day to go. There's nowhere for you to run, Predator, oh no, hurry and scab, don't lose hope. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab. Scavenger doesn't care, rip apart. Attack of the heart. Scavenger, wait your turn, find your hole. Pick the meat off the bone. Scavenger, only praise on the weak. Pathetic and meek. Scavenger tries to hide and disguise. The knife in your back surprise. Behind you, Predator, oh no, whispers into your ear. A little closer, Predator, oh no, less than 1 day to go. nowhere for you to run. Predator, oh no, murder and scab, don't lose hope. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off. Rip the scab, rip the scab, rip the scab off.
You know me. I'm flushing your teeth.
You act so innocent.
You can say and spit.
That was a little intense. Bjorn was letting her rip at the start of that one.
Oh yeah, he lets her rip in a bunch of parts of that song,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
We're about out of time. Do you guys do you have any recordings as Reach for Grabtahr?
You know, we don't.
now we do.
No. We have talked about trying to go out and, similar to what we did with Slashback Manatees, head over to Butte and maybe try and do 3 songs or something. A
Yeah.
quick weekend kind of recording run. But the best place to hear our music is on YouTube. Gallatin Underground has recorded us. And then Pat recorded us at the filling station as
Yeah.
well. So there's a couple of live spins out there. And then we did a group stream a few years ago in the throes of COVID where we were here along with a bunch of our other buddies, including Elliot from Slashback Manatees and Jason Bloom, who I also mentioned, and Justin Pelagi. And there's a Grabtahr song or two in there with some of those other guys sitting in on it too. So
Cool.
YouTube is the place to look.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in. It was a great evening of music, and looking forward to seeing you out. And I hope we see some people out and about listening to live music. Get out there and support your local artists, musicians. Help them do what they do, and they'll make your life better.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for having us, Bob, and thanks to Pat for all of his hard work that he does, and thanks to you, buddy. Nice work.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks, Pat.
You bet.
Love it.
All right.
All.